Der Spiegs made a point about, I heard what he said about Kobe Bryant.
And I knew as soon as he said it, and
there's going to be trouble for him.
He'll run into more of these experiences that people will half hear or completely mishear. And he said, while Michael Jordan was more accomplished and certainly a better winner, that Kobe Bryant's a better player. Let me phrase it a little bit differently.
Okay.
Michael Jordan, clearly the more accomplished player. However, Kobe Bryant's skills, his basketball skills, easily surpass those of Jordan. And that's all. I'm not talking about who wants it more. I'm not talking about who plays harder. I'm simply talking about the skills that he has. Dribbling, shooting, passing. He's a more skilled player. Especially if you go back and watch not just the second three-peat, watch all of Jordan's career, that Jordan was,
he knows what he was doing.
Explosive and athletic and made crazy shots and jumped over people. And in the second incarnation of the championship run, he had that one little turnaround shot that he used a lot. He really had trouble dribbling. He had trouble dribbling in traffic in those years. And people didn't really talk about it a lot. He was never a great ball handler.
No. He kind of made up for that, though.
But that's all. And it's not, I mean, I'm not here trying to topple some idol. And I'm simply talking, if you're scouting their basketball
all idols
skills,
are eventually toppled.
Oh, I know. And I'm not doing this just to make people mad. I'm not trying to push buttons here. I'm telling you the truth. And the truth is, and this has nothing to do with looking at, well, this percentage and that percentage, and he shot. It just has to do with the skills. Kobe is a much, much better ball handler. And he's a better shooter. He's a better shooter. And I'm talking about shooting percentage because he shoots a lot more threes.
He does shoot a lot more threes.
He is.
Are the texters not agreeing with him? Look at the numbers.
This has nothing to do with numbers.
Oh.
This is not. I'm the first person to make a statistically based argument. In basketball, that's hard to do. But Jordan has had the greater career. Jordan is a greater player, if you want to define it that way.
What would it take? What would it take then, in your world? What would it take for Kobe Bryant to be mentioned in the same breath? Then would it take?
I think he's certainly already mentioned in the same breath.
Well, but I mean,
it's not fair.
Well, you're mentioning down, you're making people mad. But in general, if you really want to make a compelling argument and say, you know what, I just think he's a better player. Would you make that argument, or you're just more skilled?
It completely depends how you phrase it, and if you could do it and debate it formally, where the first thing you do is define your terms. It's the same argument. It's the same argument because it all comes down to what do you mean by player. I mean, this is why sports arguments tend to devolve into stupidity and silliness. I'm not saying that Jordan's will to win and his accomplishments and all that weren't amazing and unparalleled, because they are amazing and unparalleled. And Kobe, in a lot of ways, does ape what Jordan does or did, and has modeled himself after that. But Kobe's just simply. He's a better dribbler. He's a better shooter. At times, he's shown to even have better body control. I mean, some of what there are shots that he's capable of making that Jordan never made. I mean, Jordan did some crazy things, some wild shots flying through the air and all that. But
I was trying to yell, oh yeah.
But especially with the ability to dribble with either hand, and Kobe is as good a defender.